Hello everyone, it is Arika Misha. Thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. And today's video, it's one of them videos right there. Let me first say October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. If you are not aware of it, let me be the first to tell you. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And of course, if you guys have been with me here on my platform, you guys would know April of 2023, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I am cancer free. Yes, I am cancer free. All glory goes to God. And of course, I have been sharing the cancer journey here on my platform. So if you guys are interested in that, I will make sure I leave it at the end of this video so that you guys can go back and check out those videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It has been a journey. It has been a journey. Even though I am cancer free, I am still dealing with a lot of things medically, but God gives me the strength to get through them. And I thank God. I thank God for waking me up every day. I thank God for giving me a second chance, I thank God for giving me a second chance. They say He is the Lord of a second chance. And I thank God for that. So yes, I wanted to bring back out and share with you guys again. I did bring my cancer blanket out during my cancer journey. I would bring it out every now and then. So if you guys have been here, you've seen it. It is a beautiful blanket. Speaks about cancer awareness, supporting cancer, being strong, all of it. It's a very encouraging blanket. This blanket has been with me since the beginning of my cancer journey. When I was in chemo all day from 9 to 5, this blanket was with me. It's very sentimental to me. It's been there, for me, through it all, through being sick. I've gotten sick, on this blanket. I'm not going to get into that with y'all, but this blanket has been with me through it all. So it does, hold sentimental value to me. Let me get into my subject for today. I just wanted to share that with you guys real quick. Today's subject, this is a good one. Spirit versus the flesh. I said, God, are you serious? Do you really want me to talk about this? He said, yes, I want you to talk about it because you over here talking to me about it. So yes, you're going to share with the people. Spirit versus the flesh. Spirit versus the flesh. And we all know what that means. The Holy Spirit, your spirit versus your flesh. Your spirit knows the right way and your flesh sometimes wants to do what it wants to do. And the spirit's got to override that flesh to tell the flesh, no, you will not do that. No, you will not do that. No, you will not say that. No, you will not go there. Oh, yes. Spirit versus the flesh. And I said, God, you know what? This is a subject that I could talk about for days, and months, and years. I'm telling you, I could really go on and on about the spirit versus the flesh. Spirit versus the flesh. Because you know why? Because every day, let me read my notes. Daily battle over the flesh. Right. Spirit. Okay. Just a little note I wrote. It is a daily battle. Every day that I wake up, it is a daily battle of my flesh and my spirit. Flesh talking, spirit talking. It's a daily battle. It is a daily battle. Let me be somebody who is straight up about it. It is a daily battle. When I wake up, I say, God, give me the strength, God. Let my spirit override my flesh, God, at all times. Not sometimes, all the time. All the time. So, yes, when God said He wanted me to talk about this, because, of course, I was talking to God, about, spirit and flesh, and God said, okay, share with the people. I said, God, share with the people. He said, yeah, share with the people. I said, which part? He said, all of it. I said, all of it? Can I just share this? Now he said, no, all of it. All of it. And, y'all see him here, getting ready to share it all. But yes, let me get into it. So, I was talking to God about a lot of things. I was talking to God about someone who had made me angry, who had upset me, Let me start there. I was talking to God about a couple things. Let me just go through a couple of them real quick. You know what I mean, God? Not real quick, but So I was talking to God about someone who had made me very angry. They made me angry, and I wanted to just scream and yell and just go off on them. I did. I really did. And I found that anger flaring up in me. And then I heard God said, "Oh no. Oh no, no, no." God said, "Oh no, 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 that's not Christ-like." He said, "No, no, no." He said, you're gonna have to put that flesh under submission now." God said, "Calm down." And I was like, "God, but they did it. And God said, "No, no, no, calm down. Calm down. Calm down." God said, "Get your flesh under control." And I can remember when there was a time when I got angry. Even though my spirit was saying calm down, I'd be like, "No, shut up, spirit. My flesh is taking over, because this person needs to be read. That person needs to be told what they need to be told." And I thank God for deliverance. I truly do. I thank God for where he has brought me from. Oh, I thank God for where he has brought me from. And I was talking to God about it, and God was telling me, yeah, when you got upset the other day, God said I had to calm you down because you was about to get cuckoo crazy. And God said, I have delivered you from that. God said, you ain't crazy no more. And I said, God, you're right, I ain't crazy no more. But you know what? Sometimes as human beings, that flesh can try to take us back to who we used to be. The devil is a lie. And I said, okay, God, you're right. I said, you're right, God. Calm down, get myself together. So that had happened. So, all right. So I moved on past that. Somebody trying to get me mad, make me mad. And I was like, no. So I moved on past that. So I got past that. Okay. So here we go. Time goes on. Going on with my life. Doing what I do. Living for Christ, doing what I do. And then something happened where I was expecting, let me just say this without getting into detail about my business. I was expecting something to happen, and it didn't happen. Now, when I tell y'all that thing hurt me to my core, it hurt me so bad. I said to my core, I ain't say to my spirit now. I said it hurt me so bad, y'all. You know how it is when you've been waiting for something to happen. You've been waiting on something to happen. Especially when, okay, let me just say this to y'all so y'all can understand how hurt and angry I was. I was waiting on this for almost 3 years. Now y'all understand. For almost 3 years I was waiting on something. And then I finally got an answer, and it was a no. It was a no. And when I tell y'all I was so upset, I was so angry, I wanted to make some phone calls, I wanted to scream and yell, and God said, no. God said, don't get so upset, don't get angry. God said, if I wanted that to happen, that could happen. If I wanted that to happen, it could happen. He said, I didn't want it to happen. I said, God, well, I'm in line with your word. I'm doing what you're telling me to do. He said, I know that. You ain't got to tell me. He said, I know that. I know you're in line. I know you're doing what I called you to do. He said, but if that was going to work out, I would have let it. He said, I didn't let that work out. He said, because that's not it. That's not it. And I'm telling y'all, almost 3 years waiting on an answer and to get a no. Oh, that thing hurt me so bad. It hurt me so bad. Y'all hurt me so bad. I went to God. I said, God, you are going to have to heal me from this. You're going to have to help me deliver me from this. I said, because God, you know I've been praying to you for this for almost 3 years, God. I've been waiting on the answer, and I get a no. And God said, just because that didn't work out, God said, does not mean that I have left you. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to still make things happen for you. Doesn't mean I'm still not going to provide for you. God said, I am the provider. And if a no comes in over there, God said, that is what it is. He said, if I say no, it is no. And it hurts so bad. And a lot of times when God tells us no, it don't feel good. It don't feel good. It did not feel good to me. Spirit versus the flesh. I'm telling you, it is a daily battle. And with me being a child of Christ, living for Christ, I am not married, so of course, as a child of God, as a child of Christ, I'm no longer, y'all know, how can I say it for the internet, for YouTube? I am waiting on marriage. Let me just put it that way, because YouTube be tripping. But And it is not easy. It's not easy. Some days, are harder than others, but I thank God for keeping my flesh. I thank God for making me who I am. I thank God for falling under the submission of my spirit, saying, hey, no, that's out of the will of God. Spirit versus the flesh. It is a daily battle. It is a daily battle. It's a daily battle. And if I didn't have God in my life, I wouldn't be able to submit myself, my flesh, to my spirit. It's a daily battle where our flesh wants to take over the spirit, where our flesh wants to control the spirit. Our spirit has to be strong enough to overpower our flesh. Our spirit should be in control, and our flesh should fall under submission of the flesh, under submission of the spirit. Our flesh should fall under submission of our spirit. And that's daily, my goal daily. I get up today, okay, flesh, you falling under the submission of this spirit. That's what you're doing. Because every day ain't easy. So that's what God wanted me to come and share today. Spirit versus the flesh. Your spirit has got to be stronger than your flesh to survive. Keep the spirit woman strong. Spirit man, however you want to say it. Keep the spirit strong. That the flesh doesn't fall under submission. That the spirit doesn't fall under the submission of the flesh. If that spirit is stronger than that flesh, hey, I've been doing good. Not easy, but I thank God. Keep the spirit strong. Keep the spirit strong. All right, guys, I can go on and on and on and on. So don't forget to click on the link in the description box, guys. That's to my second channel. Y'all know over there I do hair, makeup, nails, DIYs, grocery hauls, cooking, family vlogs. I do all kind of stuff over there. If you guys are into any of that, make sure you click on the link in the description box, guys, and go subscribe to my second channel. Show me some love and support over there. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless. Bye.